I accused my 28 male fiancé of cheating on me, 26 female, and left our house. Okay. Originally posted February 17th, 2024. Throwaway because I feel really stupid and need advice. My fiancé and I have been in a relationship for the past 6 years, engaged for the last 2 years, and we are about to get married in November of 2024. Going to try not to make this long. On Monday, I woke up around 2 a.m. to go to the bathroom. As I walked past my fiancé's side of the bed, his phone went off with a message. I got curious and looked. The message was from a girl called Angie. This message said it was good to see you again, and I had a lot of fun. We should do it again sometime. I took his phone with me to the bathroom and read their chats. Nothing sexual or even flirty, but there were a bunch of conversations of meeting up at her place, what they did that day, all the fun they were having. I remember yesterday I wanted to do something with him, but he couldn't as his sister was in town, and they had arranged to meet and hang out for months now. He did invite me along, but I didn't go, didn't want to take away from his time with his sister. My thoughts immediately went to him cheating on me, and I started to bawl like a baby in the bathroom. My fiancé came rushing into the bathroom to see what was going on. I was not as quiet as I thought I was in the end. When he came close to me and asked what was going on, I told him not to touch me. He looked hurt in that moment and took a step back. I gave him his phone and told him to explain himself through tears. He took the phone, looked, and laughed. Then I saw him laughing. I got up and stormed out, locking myself in the spare bedroom. He came to the bedroom and through the door said he was sorry for laughing and tried to explain himself. Before he said anything else, I told him to leave. He then left for our bedroom. That morning before he woke up, I grabbed some of my things and came to my sister's house. I've been here since Tuesday morning, too afraid to go home. He sent me a message that morning saying he heard and saw me leave but didn't want to stop me because of what happened the night before. Again, he said sorry for laughing, but the situation was just ridiculous at the moment, and his brain responded with laughter. I sent back some hurtful things and that he's a cheater. He responded with, Angie is a nickname for my sister, Angelina. He told me to confirm with his sisters if I didn't believe him, and he told me to check Facebook and Insta if I need proof because a picture was posted of their meetup yesterday. He didn't say anything to the hurtful thing I said to him or anything, but told me the house is open for me to come back anytime I like, and when I do, we'll have a serious conversation about what happened and what will happen going forward. I'm scared to go home because I feel like he'll be breaking up with me, and I don't want that. How can I handle this? I know I was wrong for the way that I acted. I acted like a child. I overreact. How can I fix this? What can I do now? Oh boy. Elizabeth, yikes, oh dear. How do you get engaged to a person and not know his sister's name? Yeah, we all knew where this was going. We all knew where this was going. Like, duh, yeah, that's his sister. Okay, top comments here. Comment, how did you not put Angie and Angelina together as the sister of the man you were supposedly marrying, especially when he told you he was meeting his sister and invited you to go? Sorry, sis, but this is your own damn idiotic fault. SMH. Edit. Especially since y'all have been together for 6 years. You mean in all that time you've never heard her called Angie? That was the best acting I could do with how that commenter wrote their comment. Another comment. Even if you hadn't heard him call her Angie before, you knew that his sister's name was Angelina, which is obviously very similar, and that she was in a town he'd been hanging out with her, and you immediately jumped to assuming that he was cheating? I'm sorry, but this is an absolutely buck wild reaction. If he doesn't break up with you, you need to get yourself into therapy ASAP and figure out where this knee-jerk reaction came from. In fact, you really should do that either way because this level of trust issue in an otherwise stable 6-year relationship is not normal unless you're leaving out something huge like past infidelity or actively undermining attempts to get pregnant or some kind of other unrelated massive charade or lie. Because we hear about those sometimes, right? Original OP's response, nothing like that at all. He's always been lover. He be lover. Words hard do, me think. He has always been loving and never hides anything from me. We know the password to every device each other owns. Edit. OP's response, I was cheated on before by my previous boyfriend and found out in a similar way. Ding, ding, ding. Before someone asked, I heard him referring to his sister as Angie in the past, but my brain didn't put it together that night. Now the part of your brain that got cheated on is the one that took control and was like, who this bitch? I've been at my sister's house since Tuesday morning, too afraid to go home, and the only text I've gotten from him so far is asking if I'm okay and good night text. When I tried to talk over the phone, he says we will talk when you're home. He won't be doing it over a phone. The conversation is to be had face to face. Okay, there's an update. There's an update. There's an update. This guy handles shit the way I want to handle shit, right? This guy, so far, I'm like, damn, you're a very mature person, OP's fiance. You're handling this shit like a champ and without breaking a sweat is like, we'll talk about it. Doors open. It's ready for you. It's fun. I'm sorry for saying it's funny, but it's funny. Doors open. When you want to come back, we'll talk in person. Right now, it feels like this dude is very understanding and very mature and wise. Probably has a gray beard or something like that. You know what I mean? And is gonna fix this. He's gonna lay out a solution plan and say, if this relationship is going to work, you're gonna get your ass in therapy because that was triggered by something in your past. And ding, ding, we know where that came from. Also, open communication at all times. If you have a question, come to me before assuming anything, ever. That is a rule. And third, no, there is no third. It's really just that freaking simple. Okay, original OP updated the following day, February 18th, 2024. Update, I don't know what to do. My fiance left me. No! Oh, God! Let's read through it all. Maybe we'll be a little bit surprised here, but right off the rip, it broke my heart. It broke my heart. All right, we're diving back in. Here we go. Updates. This morning, I got ready to go home. Before I left, I had a final conversation with my sister, and she basically said the same as all of you. During the conversation, the doorbell rang, and my sister went to have a look at who was here so early on a Sunday. My fiance walked in, and I was actually excited to see him. I went in to hug him, but he pushed me away. I felt hurt at that moment, and he asked to speak to me in private. We went up to the guest room where I was staying. I'm not going to say everything we discussed here, but the short of the story is he found it very childish for me to run out of the house without talking to him. He said he could forgive all of that because of a misunderstanding. But what he can't forgive is the way I acted and ignored him and hid from him last week. My insecurities all throughout these years have taken a toll on him, and he is done. The fact that a conversation with his sister caused me to do all of this made him see me in a different light. He did try to explain, and he laughed at me saying my reasoning is bullshit. He said not just him, but the whole family refers to his sister as Angie, and I know that. He even brought up instances where I called her Angie myself. I tried to tell him that when I saw the messages, my mind just went blank, and he responded with, "Stop making excuses. I'm done with this." He then said it's better to break up because he doesn't see this relationship going any further. I showed him all of my stuff was packed and that I wanted to go home today. He just responded with too little, too late. He said it as if he was in a movie with no emotions on his face. When he looked at me, all I saw on his face, for some reason, is pity for me. He said he'll be canceling everything and all the money that I have spent on the wedding stuff so far will be in my account as soon as he gets the refunds. Before he left, he just said, "I hope you will find someone that will be able to handle your childishness and insecurities, but that won't be me." He brought all my things to my sister's house. He and two of his friends unloaded everything on my sister's lawn and left. What do I do now? I haven't been able to eat the whole day and just kept crying. How can I fix this? I was wrong, I know, but it's not fair that he will dump me because of this. Not fair. Not fair. Don't know if that's the right word. Okay, comment. Info, did you want him to cheat? Why were you so sure he was cheating when you literally know his sister's name is Angie? It just sounds like you're almost looking for an out. Just break up with him. He deserves better. Edited to add, saw your update. Good on him. What the f*** do you mean it's not fair that he dumped you? They caught it too. I understand what he's saying when he said you're childish. You literally sound like a toddler stomping your feet and saying it's not fair. It's absolutely fair. You disrespected him and your relationship by accusing him of infidelity, not letting him explain that extremely rational explanation, and then hiding at your sister's house for an entire week just to not face the consequences of your actions. It's the last part, ladies and gentlemen. I think we were right. And that up to the point where they had the conversation where he said the door's always open, come back, we'll talk in person, he was ready to fix it. It was the week of nothing happening after that that gave him time to think and pushed him down the funnel until he was at indifference. And then he was done. If she had acted sooner, this would be a very different update. You need real psychological help if you were cheated on over half a decade ago and still use it as an excuse to be controlling, manipulative, jealous, and childish. I hope you learn from this experience and get the help you so obviously need. I would agree with I hope you learn from this experience and get the help you so obviously need. I don't think people who are truly driven by whatever trauma she was driven by are making a choice. They don't have control. She needs psychological help to get control. This was not a choice. I do not think this was a choice on her part, but something triggered it. It was how it was handled after the fact that destroyed this relationship. Original OP says, I wasn't. I've been cheated on before and my mind just went there. Comment, I bet you weren't cheated on by this guy who you've been with for 6 years. Trust goes both ways. Be hopeful that he is looking to work this out because you need to work on yourself. I'd have dumped you if this was a recurrent theme. Yeah, it's the week. It is the week. I think we were right, guys. 222 of us that had the vote of fix it here. I think we were right when those words were said. And in the story, when we asked the question, it was the week of radio silence after the fact that happened that gave him time to think. It was an idle hands issue, but it gave him time to think. And it gave him time to think about how he just rolled out the red carpet for a solution here and said the door's open and gave you the explanation that made everything understandable, and you still stayed gone a week. That's the part that was the nail in the coffin for this relationship. That's the part that took it from maybe there's hope of a solution. Maybe she'll do the work that needs to be done to fix this thing. Maybe. Those maybes get a little weaker every day, right? They get a little weaker until 6 days later or a week later. It's not a maybe anymore. It's a not gonna happen. If she had struck while the iron was hot, and when that door of opportunity opened, window of opportunity, did I just Candy Thunder a saying? I did. I said the door of opportunity. When opportunity knocks and a window of opportunity, right? Damn it. Candy Thunder, you've infected my brain with whatever this is. When that door of opportunity opens, you walk through it because it doesn't stay open forever. It didn't. It was open for an entire freaking week. And she just let it like creak close. Just thunk. You're done. He's indifferent now. There's no coming back from that. And it was your fault to begin with. So you let paralysis put you in a spot where inaction was your action, and inaction is not doing nothing, right? Inaction can be extremely harmful in relationships. Extremely. Here's a good example. Dear God, that's rough. That's rough. And man, it's like a Hallmark movie that's almost happy and then it's too real. And you're like, oh shit, Hallmark got dark. This is the movie Hallmark needs to make. Come on, we need to put that up for a poll.